Hello there YouTube. So I'm just gonna first of all talk a little bit about this change that has come about. So today, Friday the 3rd of July, I was supposed to be uploading a YouTube video which was going to be Steve's Gaming Call of Duty Mobile. I can now confirm that this video has now been delayed. It will be coming out on Tuesday next week, which will be the 7th of July. I can confirm this. Today I am going to be talking about the coronavirus update. This is a coronavirus update, by the way. It's titled Coronavirus Update Super Saturday. I wanted to talk a little bit about this because obviously tomorrow is the 4th of July, and obviously it is being dubbed as Super Saturday. Half of the lockdown restrictions by this point have been lifted, in theory, because obviously we've got pubs, restaurants, bars, cinemas, bingo halls, museums, and obviously hotels, bed and breakfasts, and campsites all reopening from tomorrow, the 4th of July. So I just thought I'd do this video to talk a little bit about that. And I also want to talk about a few other things as well, which I also want to talk about. And I am going to start as well with... I'm also going to talk about something else that was spoken about today as well, which I'm just in the middle of trying to find at the moment, but it is also about some travel abroad, because you are, from the 10th of July, able to travel abroad to various countries, and there is an air bridge, which means you'll be able to fly into the UK and not need to self-isolate yourself for 14 days. That list has been announced today, and I will talk about that in just a few moments once I have found that news story for you. I'll give you the full list on that. But first of all, actually, I do want to talk because Boris Johnson has just done a daily a coronavirus press conference from Downing Street, where he has announced a new 5-step plan for local lockdowns. So this is how the 5-step plan goes. So the first step is monitoring. So Public Health England will work with the joint biosecurity sector by looking at data of the spread of coronavirus and people's behaviour across the country. They will look for emerging trends, rising cases and other indicators, while taking into account local factors. If monitoring identifies local problems, NHS Test and Trace and PHE will work with the relevant local authority to develop a deeper understanding of the problem and identify solutions. They will work with local agencies to keep the local community informed at every stage so they know what they need to do. Testing. So testing at a local level will then be scaled up, combined with contract tracing through NHS Test and Trace to try to control the virus at that stage. Targeted restrictions. If the virus continues to spread, activities at particular locations will be restricted and individual premises will be closed. Hotspots will have access restricted, with people who have spent time there tested and contact tracing carried out for anyone who tests positive. Local lockdowns. If the previous measures do not stop the spread, local lockdowns will be extended across whole communities, with businesses and schools shut down as people are urged to stay at home. Boris Johnson said the government is continually exploring smarter means of containing the virus. The Prime Minister said they have successfully carried out a few local lockdowns so far. Chief Medical Officer for England, Professor Chris Whitty, urged people to keep following social distancing rules as lockdown restrictions are eased from Saturday, with pubs, restaurants and hairdressers allowed to open. He added, if individuals, families and firms do not take them seriously, the possibility of a second wave goes up sharply. The virus is a long way from gone. It's not going to be gone for a long time. Nobody watching this believes there are no risks in the next steps, is what he said. So that is the new 5-step plan for a local lockdown, which was announced today, Friday the 3rd of July, by the Prime Minister Boris Johnson at Downing Street. Now, I am still trying to find the travel thingy. So there we go. I am still trying to find it, and I will find it in a second. Give me a sec and I will find it. Here we go. So this is the full list of countries that are exempt from COVID-19 travel quarantine. So it says here, so the UK government has released a list of countries which will be exempt from the coronavirus travel quarantine. This means that if you are travelling back from one of these 60 countries, you won't need to self-isolate for 14 days, as they are deemed to have low rates of COVID-19. According to Sky News, the exemptions will apply from the 10th of July. So these include the following: Andorra, Antigua and Bermuda, Aruba, Australia, Austria, Bahamas, Barbados, Belgium, Bonaire, St. Eustatius and Saba, Croatia, Curacao, Cyprus, Czech Republic, Denmark, Dominica, Faroe Islands, Fiji, Finland, France, French Polynesia, Germany, Greece, Greenland, Grenada, Guadeloupe, Hong Kong, Hungary, Iceland, Italy, Jamaica, Japan, Liechtenstein, Lithuania, Luxembourg, Macau, Malta, Mauritius, Monaco, Netherlands, New Caledonia, New Zealand, Norway, Poland, Reunion, San Marino, Serbia, Seychelles, South Korea, Spain, St. Barthélemy, or Barthélemy? Yeah, that's it. St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, St. Pierre and Miquelon, Switzerland, Taiwan, Trinidad and Tobago, Turkey, Vatican City, Vietnam, and that's it. Those are the 60 countries that you will be able to travel to and return to England from the 10th of July, and you will not need to self-isolate for 2 weeks. That's 14 days. So, and obviously, like I say, those restrictions will be in place from the 10th of July. I also want to say as well that you will be able to meet 2 households indoors from tomorrow, the 4th of July. And you will also be able, like I say, to go to a pub, restaurant, hairdressers, etc. from the 4th of July. I want to touch on that at the moment, because just before I started recording this video, I was just reading online the contact details you will need to give to a pub when you go into one from tomorrow, from the 4th of July. So that has been released by the government. The government have outlined what you need to give to a pub in order for you to be contacted if there is a local outbreak and if the coronavirus was present in the premises where you went to have a pint or something to eat from at the time. And obviously this is part of the NHS test and trace system that they've got in place. So what you need to give them is they will give you a form for you to fill out, and you need to give them your name, your mobile number, the date when you arrived at that pub, and you need to give them the time of your arrival and the possible time of departure, the time you leave the premises. Then you need to give that to the pub, and they will store it in a box which will be confidential for 21 days. If they do not contact you within 21 days to say that you must self-isolate for 14 days, then they will destroy the evidence, but obviously you will need to rely on the pub to destroy your confidential contact details in private. Now, this is, and I'm going to say this now because I have just read this, this isn't mandatory for pub goers to do. You are not, you know, it's not mandatory for you to fill out this application form and post it in this letterbox, let's say, and for them to hold your details for 21 days. It's not mandatory. Now, this is where I find is a problem. I'm not going to lie, if I was to go into a pub tomorrow, which I'm not going to, by the way, you know, I'm going to leave it for about a week first before I do enter into one. But I'm just going to put it out there. If I was to enter a pub, would I rather be safe and give them my contact details in case of a virus outbreak? Yes, I would. You know, I'm not going to, you know, go to a pub, refuse to give my contact details. Obviously, I can kind of trust these guys to kind of not give out my details, obviously. And, of course, you know, I'm also going to be trusting these guys to destroy the evidence in 21 days' time if I'm not needed to be contacted from. You know, so, yeah, I just don't think it's right that it's not mandatory. I think it should be mandatory for you to go into a pub and for you to give your contact details to that pub in case of a local outbreak. How are they supposed to know that you were in that pub? You know, I mean, literally, because then that's another problem, you know. You could have contracted that virus from that pub, you know, and then you could be contracting that virus to other people around the area where you are. You know, I don't understand why it's not mandatory. I think it should be absolutely mandatory for pubs to do that. So anyway, so that's something that I just wanted to come on and say. The second thing I also wanted to say as well is KFC are looking into allowing customers to dine in their branches, I believe from tomorrow. I also want to add that McDonald's aren't allowing their customers to dine in from their branches from tomorrow, from the 4th of July onwards. So yeah, I'm not too sure about Costa, whether or not you will be able to dine in a Costa branch or not from tomorrow or not. So I think it's best if maybe you wait and see to see what happens there. But many places are allowing you to dine in from tomorrow, 4th of July onwards. And obviously there isn't really any sort of slotted times. You are allowed to spend as much time as you want, you know, inside these premises from tomorrow, from the 4th of July. You know, so some places are probably going to give you time slots, but there are places where you won't need to have any, you know, time slots or any restrictions as to how long you can spend inside those premises. So you could probably spend all day in a pub, but obviously I don't think that would be advisable, really, to be honest with you. So yeah, so that's just some of the updates I wanted to bring to you guys for this week in terms of the coronavirus update. So yeah, there we go. Anyway, so thank you for watching. I do hope that you guys do take responsibility when you go to a pub, to a restaurant, to a hairdresser's, etc. from the 4th of July, you know, and just try and keep your distance from the rest of the public, you know, and just stay safe this weekend if you are planning to go out, to leave your house to go to these places, okay? Like I say, I'm not planning to go to any of these venues for at least another week before I go there. You know, I just want to wait until things kind of die down a little bit first before I venture out and go to these places myself. You know, and obviously I know that tomorrow is going to be Super Saturday. You know, I also want to touch on something else. The government have also confirmed that pubs will be able to reopen their doors from the 4th of July at 6 AM. Really? I don't understand. Why 6 AM? You know? Do you really want people queuing up outside the pub at 6 AM tomorrow morning, ready to get plastered? You know, honestly, I don't understand. Why would you want to go and get drunk at 6 AM in the morning? You know, I don't think I would, to be quite honest with you. But anyway, I would have rather have allowed these pubs to reopen from midday tomorrow. You know, lunchtime. I mean, I don't know why, you know, I guess I know lunchtime's kind of a busy time, but really, why 6 AM? Why 6 AM? I really don't understand. So, anyway, pubs will be open from tomorrow, 4th of July, at 6 AM. Anyway, that's all from me. That's all I've got to say for this week. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the thumbs up button. And if you're not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please hit the subscribe button down below for future YouTube videos. Coming up tomorrow on the 4th of July, I'll be bringing you my UK Top 40 official charts. From me though, it's goodbye. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in my next YouTube video.